Hey Killer Bees, it's Pahla B from PahlaBFitness.com, and on tap today it's The Buzz, where we talk about fitness mindset matters. Because you know what? Your fitness mindset, it totally matters. Today we are talking about the myth of motivation and something that you can do to make sure that you are always motivated. So you guys, one of the questions that I get asked all the time is, how can I get motivated to exercise or eat right? Or, actually you can fill in a lot of different goals in this. I'm going to talk about exercising just because that's what I do. But the fact is, anytime you're feeling not quite motivated, it's all based on the same thing. And the myth of motivation is that it's this one thing, that it's one feeling that is just kind of out there and is not really under your control, but that you are just at its whim. Sometimes you feel motivated and sometimes you don't. And I will tell you that motivation is not one thing. Motivation is actually like a three-legged stool. There are three things that go into being motivated, and you can actually control all three of the legs of the stool. But here's the deal. If any one of those legs is a little bit short, your whole stool is going to be a little bit wonky, and that's exactly why sometimes you feel unmotivated. So what are the legs of the stool? Well, here are the three things: scheduling, priorities, and pleasure. And they're all important. I'm going to talk about them one at a time, but the fact is, there isn't one thing that's the most important of all. It's all three of them together kind of creating this synergy that feels like motivation. So scheduling is the first thing that we're going to talk about. I always say, if you don't know when you're going to work out tomorrow, you're not going to work out tomorrow. The fact is, if you don't schedule the thing that you want to feel motivated about, you're not going to just randomly find time in your day. I know sometimes every now and again, if you're feeling especially motivated, you might find time. But the fact is, we are creatures of habit. We do have schedules, and any unfilled time is going to be filled with pleasure activities and downtime. If you don't have it written down, okay, I say written down because I actually still use a piece of paper and a pen and I write down what I'm going to do each day in my to-do list. If you don't have it in your phone, if you don't have it on your schedule somewhere, even if it's just your mental schedule, the fact is, exercising probably isn't going to happen. If you haven't mentally made time or physically written down the time, it's not going to happen. And why wouldn't it be on your schedule? Well, that is stool leg number 2. Priorities. Here's the thing. Exercising might feel like a priority. You're saying to yourself, but I really want to lose weight, but I really want to fit into that pair of jeans. Okay, yes, those things are priorities. You want the results. The results are a huge priority. Of course you want to lose weight. Of course you want to fit into those jeans. Of course you want to do whatever. But the priority actually needs to be on the work, not just on the results. That's what's tricky, because I know it's important to you to get what you want to get out of exercise. But if exercise itself or eating right itself or again, whatever you're filling in the blank with here, if that thing isn't a priority, then it's not going to get on the schedule, and then we already found out if it's not on the schedule, it's not going to happen. That's how they're intermixed. And again, with this third stool leg, you'll see the third stool leg is pleasure. You know why it's not a priority? You know why it doesn't get on the schedule? Because maybe you don't like what you're doing. Maybe you're not feeling motivated because it's not fun. And I'm going to say yet in that sentence, because the fact is, sometimes when you very first start exercising, it's not fun. It's not pleasurable. It just feels like hard work. But that's part of where, if you stick with the scheduling and you make it a priority, it can become pleasurable. I promise, exercising specifically. Exercising releases endorphins. And if you've ever seen Legally Blonde, you know what I'm about to say next. Endorphins make people happy, and happy people don't shoot their husbands. Exercising can be its own re-motivation. It is pleasurable. And I will tell you, I know that sounds really funny, but we as people, biologically speaking, we literally, we seek out pleasure. So if you're feeling like the exercises that you've chosen aren't pleasurable and you're not getting that endorphin rush and it's not pleasurable, it's not going to get on the schedule and it's not going to be a priority. So it's not going to happen. So here's my practical tips for how to make yourself motivated. You're actually going to start by making sure that it's fun. Here's the deal. If it's not fun, if it doesn't feel like something you'd like to do, it's not going to get on the schedule and it's not going to be a priority. You can make the schedule happen. You can write it down. You can make the work a priority, and it'll be easier to be a priority if it's pleasurable and if you've been consistent by having it on the schedule. All three of these stool legs really work together, but it all starts with pleasure. You do have to like what you're doing. So if you're not feeling motivated, start there. Find something that you like. Find something that makes you feel happy. Find something that makes you feel confident. And this is kind of where the mindset comes in. You're going to have to tune out the noise of what other people say is good exercise or a good workout. Do what you want to do and find the joy and the pleasure in it. And don't worry if it seems very easy for other people or seems very hard for other people or seems like something that other people will laugh at or that other people aren't doing. Who cares? What you do has to bring you pleasure so that you can feel motivated to put it on the schedule, and then it'll be a priority because you'll be so happy because you're doing it. I really hope that this was helpful today. I hope it kind of got your wheels turning about maybe why you've been struggling with motivation and what you can do to get motivated. I would love to know what you've been struggling with motivation, if it's exercising or eating right or anything in your life, and how maybe thinking about it like a three-legged stool is going to help you get motivated to do what you want to do. Please leave a comment and let me know. Thank you so much for watching. I'll see you next week on The Buzz.